Okay, we're back. Okay, I want to tell you what I want to tell you. Just want to mention, in case we run short of time tonight, some of the people who will be here the rest of the week are George Carlin, Michael Keaton, Clint Eastwood, David Letterman, Bob Hope, Martin Short, Terry Garr, Lee Woolman, and Gloria Estefan. Not bad. Okay, here is a dear friend of mine and one of the funniest people in our business. He's going to have a new show on CBS this fall, which is good news for all his fans. Every show Bob's had has been a hit. Yeah. And he's going to be performing this Wednesday through Sunday, May 13th to 17th at the Desert Inn in Las Vegas. Would you welcome Mr. Bob Newhart? You're almost dressed alike tonight.
You know, it's hard to believe that this is my last Don Carlson show.
I don't know what happened. We've known each other. What did I say? Bob Newhart?
I don't know.
I don't know. Did you ever do that? Something comes out unexpected?
No. I'm not going to help you out.
No, forget it. I know you're not. How are you feeling? Good? Everything's
good. Feeling good.
Fine. Mrs. Good, is she?
Jenny's fine. Yes.
Good.
She's fine. She's. I've been watching the shows. Very good. Excellent shows.
Thank you.
And,
We've had a lot of fun.
I saw Buddy, and it's been. And I know you don't like modeling kind of things.
We're both the same.
We're very similar. We're from the Midwest, and we kind of hold. Don't go, Johnny! Don't go, Johnny! Don't go, Johnny! Please
All right. Now you won't have any place to go.
I lost it. I'm sorry.
You won't have any place to go to plug your shows anymore. This is just a pit stop on the way to wherever you're working. Now, somebody told me you brought some tape tonight, or some excerpts of when we'd worked here before.
I have almost every time I've been on the show. I don't know. The first time was '65.
Yeah.
And I have tapes of almost every appearance. And there's a great vote of confidence because you felt you could just bring up any subject, and we could have fun with it.
Sure.
So I dug back into some shows where that wasn't true.
Really?
Here's a tape. The first one, I'm trying to remember. The first one is, I think we had been talking about, which one is this? Oh, that's right. You just brought up a subject. Have you ever? I'd talked about being Irish-German.
That's right.
And you said, "Have you ever played to a German audience?" And it went like this.
Okay, watch it. I'll see what goes on here. You've never played in German, have you?
No, I would have no reason to. I mean,
you see, no, that's true. But singers, you see, can go and sing all over the world, even if they don't understand it and enjoy the music. But I would think trying to entertain in another country where they didn't really know you would be very difficult.
Yeah,
How about England? You work England, haven't you?
Yeah, but they speak English.
Well, I'm aware of that, but
the point you were trying to make was going to a foreign country where they would speak. I think the point you were trying to make. No. Oh, I'm sorry then.
England is still a foreign country.
Yes.
Although they do speak English.
That's right.
Of course. Right. Now, the point is the cultural things in England.
I see.
Certain speech patterns, rhythms, and so forth are different there.
True.
Even though it is a foreign country.
It is. It is.
You could refer to, I guess, somebody from England as a foreigner.
Sure.
Sure. Have you ever worked in England?
No. Yes, I have.
Okay. Yes. Now, my next question is, because they didn't give me this job because I don't know how to ask questions.
You can see why so many guys have dropped along the way.
That's right. They don't know how to ask questions in any kind of sequence
Incisive.
at all. Incisive, deep, penetrating, and that's an audition that you have for this. Mm-hmm. So my next logical question would be, how did you do there?
Very well. But I mean, even if I didn't do very well, I'm not going to say I didn't do well. Why would you want to blab that around?
That's right.
I'll tell you where I
didn't
do well.
Where's that?
In Australia. I did very poorly in
Well, now
Australia.
they speak English there also, don't they?
Yes, they do. That's another of what we call the English-speaking countries.
I don't know what happened. Things just drift off, and fine conversation we had there.
Yes.
English-speaking countries. Of course it was. Now, usually what I do to Bob, I have to admit this, we've known each other so long. And normally Bob will talk to one of the talent coordinators and we'll say, well, here's some subject we can talk about tonight. And Bob comes in thinking, that's what I'm going to ask him. So the first question might be, I understand you have a new show. How do you feel about doing that? And he'll come out here and sit down, be all ready to answer it, and I'll say, on your mother's side, or your father's side, when you were growing up, what was it like in that house? And he just would sit there and we'd just stare at each other. We'd just go completely different route. And it usually worked. Now, what's the second piece?
The second one is I did a movie involving a chimp. And I mentioned that it was difficult working with chimps because they lose their concentration. And,
all right.
And then you'll see.
Okay. So tell me
working with a chimp. All right.
Tell me about this.
Chimps, they're very lovable, but they are their mind like wanders. They don't have great concentration. So as you're
what
doing
have they got to concentrate on? I mean,
true. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah. How many things can be going through their head? I mean, you've got an active career, you got a wife and children, the chimp sitting there, what? Got a banana. They should have great concentration. But I'm interrupting you. Do we have to do a commercial? Can we come back and follow up on this? Because
Well, I won't be here, but you can.
You started the whole thing. You started by saying chimpanzees don't have great concentration. I said, why would they have? I mean,
Well,
what do they got to concentrate on?
You're absolutely right. It didn't make for a good program, but you're absolutely right.
We want to get the facts straight. We'll do this. We're going to come back and find out something we can really get together on. Stay where you are. Anyway, we'll talk with Bob Newhart. So you got a new show coming up on that other net. The other CBS is what it is. What are they going to do to me? In the fall. And I remember we talked before. You said you were having trouble coming up with a name for it. I didn't understand that.
We had a national contest.
Are you serious?
And they came up with a couple in Upper Michigan. Got it 2 weeks in Hawaii. They came up with the title Bob.
They held a contest to get this?
Yeah, to get Bob. Well, it was a choice between the and Bob.
Right.
And
So
we used Bob.
Bob, that's good creative thinking.
Rickles hates the idea that
He doesn't.
if this one works, it will be my third.
Yes.
And he doesn't even have one.
I know that must. Well, he had that
He's quite upset.
He had that CFO Reiki or whatever. FPO.
I have to tell one story. And again, to show a side of John that they don't see. But one time you were out here with Ed from New York, and we went to Sneaky Pete's, and then we went back to my house, and I had a drum set there, and you sat in, I sat in for a while. And it got, Ginny and I had just been married not too many years, and it got to be about 2 in the morning, and Ginny said, I'm very sorry, but she said, I have young children, I have to go to bed. And Don said, well, John said, you want to be a party pooper, So she stayed up till like 2:30. She said, I have to get up in another 3 hours. I mean, I have young children. So I think the thing broke up around 3 o'clock in the morning. The next morning, about noon, a guy arrived with a cot. John had gone to Army Navy stores and had bought a cot and sent it over to the house and said, put this in the living room, and then you won't have to go all the way upstairs to go to sleep the next time.
That's right. I'd forgotten that.
That's right. But you
Army Navy con.
That's right. You went to a lot of trouble.
Jenny needs a little nap.
That's right.
Quite make it. I'd forgotten that. Do the thing. I remember we've talked about this before. You did a thing a long time ago about a guy who went on, I guess, the old Ted Mack's Amateur Hour.
Ted Mack, yeah.
Was it from another country, or was it a singer?
He was Hungarian. He was. His dream was to appear on a Ted Mack Amateur, and he came out and he says, I'll stand up.
Okay.
Mr. Mack, I escaped Hungary in 1956, and I come here to the United States and became a busboy at the Americana Hotel. We make $12 a week. but I always put $1 aside to go to the Metropolitan Opera, because I love Metropolitan Opera music. But for $1, you can't sit in front seats. They put you in tip-top seats for $1 at Metropolitan Opera. But every week for the past 7 years, I put aside $1 to go to sit in the tip-top seats. And it's a dream come true tonight to sing my favorite aria, Vesti la Juba, which I learned from sitting in the tip-top seats at Metropolitan Opera. Vesti la Juba. Now, there's another version of that. It's same guy, and he says, I learned to listen Voice America, but it's very dangerous in Hungary. You get caught listening Voice America, they put you in the cell and throw the door away. throw the key away. But I learned listening. I learned Vesti la Juba, listening Voice America, and I'd like to do it for you now. Vesti
Yes. Okay, we'll be back in just a moment with Lyle Lovett and his big band.